Well, hello, welcome to the recording to see how to work on Project 2 for the Spreadsheets unit. As you can see what I have up here at the top, it says Turning Project 1 into Project 2. So here's Project 1, and I hope everybody got this right because Project 1 is pretty simple. If I actually go back to the class and click on Project 1, I can look at the requirements. The header row is in row 3. Header row has 4 family members and the word amount. 10 budget items. One budget item has values for multiple family members. All family members columns are sized the same. So let me go back and look at mine, and I can see that I have all this. 4 family members, 10 budget items. Everything fits in the columns. So this is Project 1 done the right way. And one thing about Project 1, you can see that there are blanks. Do not put zeros in. Leave things blank if there's no budget item for that person. Okay, so this is Project 1. Now I need to turn it into Project 2. Well, let's look at the requirements. So I go back to the course, and this is what you'll do. I'll click on Project 2, but really the thing that you want to do mostly, you really want to go through this lesson because it will tell you how to do the formatting. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it, but it will tell you how to do it. So go through the lesson, that will help you. Okay, so first thing, at least 2 rows below your last expense item, add a row that says last updated, and then put in today's date, and it needs to be a little bit bigger. So let's go back to the spreadsheet, and I'll do it right here. Last updated, and today is December 4, 2012. And I want to make that a bigger size, so I'll make this a size 14. Now, one thing to notice, see what happened here, those number signs? What that means is that the column isn't big enough. So all I need to do is go up here to the top, slide it to the right a little bit, and now it's big enough. So that's what it means when you get those number signs. Okay, so I've done that part. Now let's go back to the requirements. So I've done this. Now I need to do these other things. Full set of grid lines around every cell. Now, I don't think they mean the weekly budget part up here. So I'm going to go right here. Full set of grid lines around this, so I have it highlighted. Then I right click, and I'm going to format the cells, border. I'm going to do outline and inside, so that it does every cell like that. Then I hit OK, and look at that. It did it for me, right? Now, what's the next requirement? Next requirement, thicker grid line around the perimeter of the chart, meaning around the outside of the chart. So I'm going to highlight this whole chart again. Then I'll right click, format cells, border. Now this one I want outline. So I need to take off the inside. So this is going to be outline. And I'm going to make it thicker. So now you can see I made it thicker and it's an outline. Then hit OK. And it's just going to do the outside of this. But I lost my middle one, so I need to go back and do those. And this is a little bit tricky. Format cells. So the inside, I don't want those thick though, I want those thin. So there, now the inside ones are thin. So let's hit OK, see what happens. There, look at that. Outside is thick, inside is thin. Exactly what it's supposed to be. Okay, next, the header line should have a color shading, a light color of your choice. So this is the header line up here. So I highlight all that, right click, and I'm formatting cells. I'm going to do a fill on this. I'm going to do a light colored fill. Then hit OK. Now that's kind of a dark color, but that's all right. So I have the fill done. Next, look at the requirements. The highest value for each family member should be bold with red. highest for each family member. So the highest right here is this one. So click bold and go right here and choose red. How about for Sue? Right here, bold and red. Julie, this one is bold and red. Then finally, for David, this one is bold and red. Done. Of course, what I should be doing all along is I should be doing File, Save As, and save it as Project 2. So you want to make sure you do that so you don't lose your work. Okay, let's go back to see it. Today's date on the spreadsheet is acceptable date format. Last updated row is in a larger font. So I have done all of these things. Now I'm going to take a look at it and make sure I did that. Larger font, that's an acceptable date format. This one's done, so now I would say this is Project 2 and I would submit it. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do, turning Project 2 into Project 3. So turn Project 2 into Project 3. So I'm going to move that out of the way. So let's see what we're supposed to do here. Go back to the document. Now, what I would suggest you do, there's a section 6 called Formulas. Go through this and see how to do formulas. It will make life much easier for you. So it tells you exactly how to do formulas in here. So go through that to do it. Then once you have that done, then you'll get on to this assignment. Now what they have you do, we have the family headers here. This is what we have right here. We have all this information right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a column for sum and account column, and a sum and account at the bottom, and then some totals. So that's going to require a couple of different things. Now if I go back to the course home and I look at the assignment samples, let's look at this assignment sample. So that's what this is going to look like. See the total expense column, that's the sum, the total count column, total expense, total count. So this is what it's going to look like. So we'll go back to our Project 3. So we need sum, count, sum, count. So right here we're going to have sum, count, and actually sum would also be, you could call it total. The last update, I'm going to move this out of the way. And then right here we're going to have, or actually not right there, right here we're going to have sum, total. I need to move last update down again. And then go back to look at this. What else did it have? Sum per family, count per family, then header, total expense. And that's going to be my grand total right here. All right. So now we want to go ahead and put this information in. And I don't want sum and count. I don't want these to be in blue. So I'm going to highlight those, right click, format cells, put no color, then hit OK. All right, so what I want to do, I want this to add up all this information. So I'm right here on the sum, so I'm going to insert a formula. Actually, formulas are right here. Now your version of Excel might be different, right? So I'm on formulas, and I'm going to use the auto sum formula. And now I'll see what that wants to do. That's going to do this math all the way across, then I hit enter. Now that's 80. Now one thing about using the auto sum is, what if later on Julie adds some stuff? So I'm going to put 20 for Julie and watch how the sum changes. See how it changed automatically? That's the reason that you want to use these automatic formulas. So now once I have this formula right here, I wanted to add up this one, this one, this one, this one. I want to add up all of those. Check this out. All I have to do is click on it and then drag the corner down, and watch this. It adds up all of these automatically for me. So like this one, this is the formula right here. This one, whoops. Second one, see how the formula changes? That's B5 to E5. This is B6 to E6, so they add up automatically. Okay, now the count. Count is going to be a little bit different. So this one, I'm going to insert a function. I'm going to insert the count function, then hit OK. And now what I want to count, I want to count B4 to E4. So B4 to E4. Hit OK. And now check this out. This counts everything right here. Now watch if I add something for Julie again. If I add $20 for Julie, check that out. Not only did the sum change, but the count also changed. So that's the importance of this. Now, just like I did before, I can copy this down and it will do it automatically for me. So there's 2 items in that row, 1 item, 1 item, 2 items, 2 items, 1 item, 1 item, 3 items, 2 items, 1 item. So you can see how that stuff works automatically. Now down here we need to do these sums. So I'm going to do an auto sum command, and I want to add from this all the way down here, enter, and I'll click that one, drag it over, and now it adds up those things for me automatically. And this ought to be count, right? So now the count. I'm going to put in insert function, count, and I want this to count, if I move that over, from B4 to B13. So B4 to B13, okay. See that counted 5 right there? And I grab that corner, drag it over, and it counts, does them all for me. See how great that works? Now the last thing, I need to have a grand total right here. And I'll just make that called, yeah, just total is fine. I want a grand total. Now I have lots of places where I can get the total. I can add up all 4 of these things, or I could add up all of this. So right here, I'm going to do the sum command. So I'm right here, then I'll go up and I'll do auto sum, and it automatically wants to do things that are nearby, but now I'll just click right here and see how the formula changes. So it's going to be the sum of G4 to G13, hit enter, and my total is 360. Now watch what happens when I change, and again I'll use Julie as an example. If I put 20 in there for Julie, watch everything that changes. This changed, the count changed, this total changed, this count changed, and this changed. Automatically, that's why we do automatic stuff. Now look at some of those items. When I hit delete, you can see everything changes back. So that's how this work is done. This is what yours should look like, something very similar to this. So those are all the steps to get this from Project 1 to Project 2 to Project 3. Hey, that's all I have for you. So I hope that this works out for you. And if you follow the directions, then it will work out well. But you do need to look at that section 5 or 6, whatever it was. Let me go back to look. That was section 6. You should go through section 6 to see that see how to do formulas. And last thing I want to do before I turn in this assignment, let me make sure. Okay, the sum per family complete and correct, yes. The count per family complete, yes. Sum per expense item complete. Count per expense complete. Counts and sums are labeled and clear, yes. Okay, so we've done all of that. So now I can go ahead and turn in Project 3. Okay, thanks for everybody, and I hope this helps you get the work done.